Hello YouTube, hello world. My name's Guy with Idlewave, and today we're going to be breaking down the song Emery. If any of you are curious on that shape, I'll show you. I kind of started with this A minor open shape. I don't know what got into me. I just picked up the guitar and started playing. You know how this works at this point. So, picked up the guitar and I went kind of like resolved to this 7th chord. Like, why would I do that? And then instead of playing a G, that's cool. Just constant movement. I feel like I'm just like rowing a boat in this song, just going upstream, fighting the current. And then this time, gotta change it one more time. Yeah. And then I gave myself a little drum track to guide me along. For the verses, I just put the hi-hat of this little Brooklyn kick guy going on, and then the choruses, we got a ride cymbal. This was to help me stay in time while I was tracking. I knew the song was going to be just an acoustic guitar vocal performance, and I really wanted to live track it with a room mic situation. So in my headphones, I had a drummer guide going for me, just so I had some kind of feel to play off of. I feel myself, I have too much to focus on. If I'm trying to sing and play the guitar as well to a click track, it's kind of lifeless, so I wanted to have this on in the background, which was pretty neat. That were dug up in the 40s in Egypt. So to this day, we've had whole religions based off these old scriptures like the Dead Sea Scrolls. And here comes this information from around that time getting dug up and challenging all these modern day beliefs that we've grown to accept. So the song has a lot to do with conspiracy theories and who and what to believe, and just really shaking that why question that hangs over all of us, whether we're consciously thinking about it or not. But critical thinking, because why not? I tracked the song just one take, and I threw a couple things on it to make it sound prettier. So here's what it sounds like dry. So we threw a nice little EQ on it to really get rid of those gross lows and shed some of the crazy highs. And then threw a compressor on it to just kind of give it more roundness to it. J37 for some tape warmth. A noise gate just so we don't capture all of the room, just as much of the room as we want really. And then another compressor to level everything out and make it sound as warm as possible. It's kind of ragged along the, it's I'm just listening back to hear all these things in action. I haven't listened to this in a minute. For years I've been singing I would sing a very explosive chorus where my voice is super loud. That's the only charm to my voice, really. And then the verses would pretty much be the octave lower, just super sweet sounding, and double it to give it some oomph. But this song, I wanted it to kind of have the vocals flow in this way where there's a little bit of grit, but also a lot of clarity. I ended up doing about 7 takes of this, and I landed on the 4th one, as you could see. It has a couple mistakes in it. I'm not going to point out which ones, but compared to the other ones, listening through it, it just felt the most appropriate. It felt like what I wanted to say was accomplished in this take. And I mean, I could do this forever. It's not going to be perfect. So this was the closest thing to perfect I could think of, and you and I could listen to this, and boom, it's a song. I was really inspired by a friend of mine showed me a Neutral Milk Hotel live album. Jeff Mangum, of course. I forget, listed online what it's under. He's playing a coffee shop or a cafe, just all the Neutral Milk songs acoustically, and you could hear parents and their children in the background, babies crying and stuff. And you could hear how small the room is. And that really inspired me to make a recording like this, where it is what it is. It speaks for itself of where the person recorded it. A lot of the earliest recordings of the 20th century that I could think of that are Robert Johnson and musicians of that era, you hear it's in a little booth, it's in a little room, and still to this day, hearing that acoustic guitar and the vocal and the lyrics, that's all you're left with. It's so powerful. So I really wanted to make a song like that where you just hear this whole thing is one thing instead of me layering all these different tracks and writing all these other parts. It has its own 2 legs to stand on. I'm incredibly proud of how the chorus came together and the verse lyrics, and I fleshed this all out in one afternoon. This is like a 3 or 4 hour project, but I got a lot off my chest with this song. It's just been very relevant to things I've been thinking about lately, and I'm excited for everybody to hear it and share it with their friends. I'm excited to play it out a lot. I could literally just bring an acoustic guitar anywhere and rip this one for you, which is sick. I don't need like all these instruments for you to really get the point of it, which feels nice. But thank you so much for checking out Emery and supporting Idlewave, for even watching this video. This is sick. So I hope you have a great one.